Welcome back to my channel, fellow gardeners. Today I want to talk about my coneflower, and it's actually a Rudbeckia flower, and we will put the name underneath. Now the beautiful thing about this is it's got double blossoms, as you see the petals, and it just makes it so vibrant, and hence that's why I wore this outfit, so we can both match. Now I'm going to show you how to propagate it. It's so simple because it's actually through division. So welcome back to my channel. My name is Alice and I'm the Red Soul Gardener. My cornflower is part of the Rudbeckia varieties. Now the beautiful thing about the one I have is got double flower. It's like a double blossoms, and it's so beautiful, and I love the color. It's very stunning. Now this plant, first of all, it can grow up to 6 feet and 4 feet wide because it does grow very profusely in midsummer up to fall, but it's ever flowering. Now the thing is that the butterflies really like it. So once again, you're inviting all these beautiful pollinators into your garden and still having the beauty of this vibrant yellow mass in your garden. Now the thing about this plant, it does like full sun, but it can grow in partial sun. But again, full sun, it does do very well. The soil should be well draining, and do feed the plant, because even as we look at this, one of these offshoots that I did actually get, is its rooting is very vibrant and it does go quite deep. So do water your plant because it does need that for root health. Now we've talked about light, we've talked about water, we talked about the soil, which should be well draining. Now once you do conquer all that, you will have abundance of these plants. Now what happens is it's good for borders, and it is good for screening things or mass planting because it does grow profusely, as I said before. Now simple care for it is I would continue deadheading it, deadhead the spent flowers in order to encourage more blooms. So now, as I mentioned earlier, I had it at the base of my garden, at the bottom of my garden. And as I removed my cannas and moved them somewhere else. So this area, I just wanted really colorful, very inspiring. So when we did dig up this plant, because I didn't understand the propagation, I suddenly realized that propagation is actually through division. And so I kept these ones with me so I can show you exactly what to do. Now, what happens with this plant as it grows profusely is that from the mother rhizome, which we can see here, is you will get all these offshoots stemming up. So when you do start, as we've seen there, is it starts growing in a batch, in a clump. And then as it matures, you get these lovely flower stems going upwards, and that's where you get your flowers. So now what I'm going to show you is, because I want to keep these because I will move them somewhere else. So I'm going to store it in a pot and let it sort of mature. And when I'm ready to think where I'm going to put it, that's when I'll reintroduce it into the garden. Now, propagation, as we've seen, here I take the rhizome, which has joined these two offshoots. Now, if you look at it, this is one offshoot on this side and another offshoot on this side. So what I'll simply do is get my scissors and just snip through the middle, ensuring that you do have roots. And this one's a bit too long. So I'm going to keep it quite minimum, because also when you do chop the roots a bit, it does rejuvenate the production of roots also. So this is my two offsets here. Now here again, if I look at the rhizome, which is here in the middle, and it does go sort of vertically, is I'm going to snip right in the middle, like this, there. So what will happen eventually, as the plant matures, it will again send out its own offshoot, as it's done in this area here. So all I'm going to do is just remove some of this rooting because it's quite a lot. And I don't want to curl it into the pot. But it is a vigorous grower, as we've seen from the roots. So there we go. So all I'm going to do with these ones is I'm just going to stick them in here, like that. So that's one that's gone in. Put it in here. And the whole point is to actually get more offshoots and let those rhizins mature, and so we can get more and more offshoots from the horizontal rhizin. Just going to press it down a bit to make it stable, like that. So I'm going to actually, with this one, is I'm going to leave it here, and I'm going to put it in an area of indirect sun, so we don't have a transplant shock, but I'm going to remove some of this foliage so we don't give too much strength in the leaf production, because what we want it to do is actually put the energy into the rooting. So just as simple as that. So once it does mature, I will take it into the garden, look for a space where I can have my amazing yellow cornflower. And then from there, that will be the one which is actually flowering now. From that plant, now that I know how to propagate, I will be looking for these offsets or offshoots from the plant and actually multiply so I can spread it in the garden. So thank you, fellow gardeners. Thank you for joining me on this episode. Don't forget to like and share, and also subscribe to my channel. It does mean a lot to me. And I do love your comments. So I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, and I do get your comments and I do find them very encouraging. So do keep putting these comments on. So happy gardening, and do go and get yourself one of these plants because they're so beautiful and they do fill up and bring the color into your garden. Happy gardening. Until next time. Bye.